Greetings, folks, and welcome back to Modern Country Living. We've entered this phase of weather here in northwestern Pennsylvania. It's March, and you never know what you're getting one day to the next. It's kind of like the ups and downs. But the problem is we start getting cabin fever, and it's time to put away the snowblower, and we want to take the plow off the tractor, and we just want to be outside. And last weekend, It was 60, 70 degrees, the wind was blowing, it was starting to dry things out. But, Mother Nature, she sometimes has other plans. Last night, got home from the YMCA and I snapped this picture. And this morning, it's a little bit different outside. You can see we got a little bit of snow. Let's take a walk outside and see what's going on. All right, so northwestern Pennsylvania in March, it just tempts you. It gives you a beautiful day, and then it gives you snow. And being in the snow belt of Pennsylvania, getting lake effect snow, means that you can get several inches overnight of this beautiful white snow. And then you got to decide if you're going to drive on it or if you're going to plow it. Now it is pretty, but today it's like 17 degrees, the wind is blowing. We're supposed to pick up some additional accumulation. I'm guessing we have 5 to 6 inches depending on where you're standing. And the problem with shoveling it right now is we've had some warm days and the asphalt here in my driveway warmed up, so you got this slushiness down below. So that kind of makes it pretty heavy to shovel, so probably gonna have to get the plow out here and maybe the snow blower and clean it up. So you may have seen my plow setup that I built for my new Holland tractor. So several years ago, I started plowing with the actual bucket on the tractor, which definitely is better than using the shovel. But the problem is you can't angle the snow off to the side, and once your bucket's full, you're kind of pushing snow up over the top, especially here where it's not uncommon to get, 12, 16, 18 inches of snow. So I purchased this skid steer plate that you can see. And so this is a quick attach. So if you don't know what that means, it means that the front of the loader has a geometry to it and some bars right there that lock into attachments that actually are designed and standardized for quick attach to the tractor. So literally, I can pull that bar and that bar up, unlock the pins on the bottom on the two sides, rotate out of the attachment, and do that in a matter of seconds. So I built this So I built this quick attach plate. I ordered the plate online, and then I purchased some structural steel, some 2x4 tubing that's a 1/4 inch, some channel used on the sides and the bottom. You can see the tubing up there as well. So it's pretty heavy duty. And then fabricated some attachment points for this plow. This is a diamond bottom trip plow. So if you've seen snow plows, you know that some of them are designed with springs, and the whole plow will roll over if it detects it hits something on the bottom edge, and it'll just kind of pivot. This model plow, this geometry actually stays where it's at. And what happens is the bottom can rotate. You can see the pin right there. So if I impact a rock or a curb or whatnot, or if I hit, really heavy ice, what this will do is it'll actually rotate and jump up over the obstacle, but you can still keep a lot of the snow still in the plow. You don't lose it which is what can happen when you have a plow that actually will rotate with springs. So this does have springs. You can actually set the tension here on both sides, and that really determines at what level of impact or pressure is pushing on that bottom edge before it'll start to rotate. So working out the geometry of this was important so that it would function correctly with the tractor. And I do have, 2 hydraulic lines that I run from the front of the tractor back to the rear to use with the rear remotes. Sometimes people can't see in my videos, but when I lift the loader arm up and get everything level, the plow actually is not fixed. There's a chain right there. So the plow floats and, the cutting edge is hitting the ground. And if anything needs to move up, it can move up and move down. And this arm doesn't have to move up and down. So the chain acts as a little bit of a buffer there. I do have to be careful when I go into piles. As the plow starts to ride up, I need to make sure that this point right here does not impact this point right here. So typically, this bar right here is pointed up in the air, angled up a bit. And it's worked very well for me for several years. I encourage you to check out some of my other videos, kind of showing it in action. But very heavy duty setup. It's a pretty heavy plow. You would not want to run this on a lighter duty tractor. You want some beefy loader arms because you are putting some pressure on it way out here. So you think of the torque of having a several hundred pound plow located 5 feet from the pivot point of the arms on the loader attachment here, or the quick attach here. So if you don't have sufficient carrying capacity, or if you're angled on the plow and run into a lot of snow, it starts to put sideways pressure on the whole system. And you have to be cautious, because if your loader arms are not beefy enough, you can actually twist them. You can see on this model of tractor, this loader's got some fairly significant steel. It's well engineered. This actually has the mechanical self-leveling setup, and it's got great lift capacity and does a great job for the things that I need. So when I'm in the cab, actually I use this rear remote control right here to angle the blade one direction or the other. Now, this model tractor does have an electric over hydraulic option, which I didn't purchase when I purchased the tractor several years ago. I didn't have a real need for it at that point, and it was tough to find the tractor that I wanted. So it is an option I could add where you can push the button to rotate the blade, but I've not done that. I've been able to sufficiently use it with the rear remote control there. But hydraulic means that the button is electrical, and then there's a servo setup to actuate the valve to allow the plow to move left and right and angle it. All right, that's probably enough workout. You can see how slushy this stuff is. Let's let the tractor do all the work. soft. The ground is now soft because we had some warm weather, and it just frustrates me when it gets like this, because as soon as the plow drops off the hard surface, man, it just wants to dig in. I scarfed a little bit of the yard. I don't think I'm going out back by the pole barn. That's all, you know, gravel driveway. I'm sure I'm just going to roll it up. So I think we're done for now with the tractor. Okay, we're back in the garage, and as much as I want to take this plow off, I just can't do it. I'd really love to get the rototiller on the back and get the bucket on it and be outside doing something other than moving snow, but that's what we got right now. So just thankful that I have the tractor to be able to move the snow, and you know, let's see what we can do next time. Maybe next weekend it'll be a little bit warmer. We'll see what we can do. Maybe we'll get this plow off the tractor and finally turn the corner and get into spring. Thanks for watching Modern Country Living. Please subscribe and like if you like the video. Take care.